Alright. Here we go. This is the DeckTeck. Super simple. This is the 4th iteration of this deck. It started as a mono black deck centered around Cauldron's Gift and some big boys, some big flying demons with trample, which was pretty cool, being able to play them basically at turn 5 or for 5 mana until I started adding ramp. So we added in Skull Prophet and some Cultivate. That helps us get more land onto the table, and it helps us get Cauldron's Gift out sooner. So what usually ends up happening is we take a hand that has at least one swamp, one forest, and a Skull Prophet. We're hoping that we're going to have at least a Serrated Scorpion or an Eye Collector or something that we can get out at turn 1, but it doesn't always work out that way. We added in the Twin Blade Assassins because the Village Rites wasn't enough for card draw. Village Rites goes really well with the Serrated Scorpion, even the Eye Collector if you have to. Otherwise, they get pretty much sacrificed for this guy here if he has to be played by the hand. From the hand, I should say. So yeah, so the whole idea of this deck is very simple. You want to get your Cauldron's Gift. You want to use your Cauldron's Gift to bring one of your big boys onto the table, and that way you're only paying 5 instead of 6 or 7. And we do have a couple back for mores because it's a pretty cool card. So for 6, we can bring somebody back and we can have a fight somebody that's being a pesky nuisance. So that's pretty simple. Acolyte of Affliction is there to help us get the engine rolling by milling cards. We have to be careful how we mill cards. Sometimes you can mill land that you need, but the nice thing about these guys is they allow you to bring a permanent back into your hand from your graveyard when they come into play. So basically, yes, we use these mostly to retrieve land from the graveyard. It has to be a permanent, so it's either going to be land or it's going to be a Serrated Scorpion or something. Or Liliana. She gets milled a lot, so. Okay. So we're going to play a round or 2, and we're going to see if we can get the engine rolling. It's difficult to get a good opening hand for some reason with this deck. If I do not get an ideal opening hand within the first couple mulligans, I'm probably going to be in trouble. So as you can see here, this will work because we can play the Balagad as a land. So I guess, I mean, usually I wouldn't keep a hand like this, but we do have a Cultivate, we do have a Serrated Scorpion, and a Village Rite. So we're going to go ahead. We're just going to see what we can do. No. I think the best way to do this is we'll play the Balagad on turn 2 as a forest land, and if we get lucky, we'll just draw a forest and play that instead. But we're not so lucky, so next turn we'll be able to play Cultivate, which is nice. And no attacks. And we'll see what our opponent does. Obviously it's a Mutate deck. I'm not the biggest fan of playing against Mutate decks. This particular deck seems to do really well against Mutate decks because what ends up happening is we get into a tit for tat with Creature Sacrifice, and I have a lot more of it. So hopefully you'll get to see some of that sweet action. And we'll hold on to the Scorpion for long enough here. We'll wait until they pull some sort of nasty maneuver out. And no attacks. Once they start mutating, they'll get card draw advantage, and they'll get some creature sack and such. Okay. That's cool. Might as well use them. I mean, yeah. But we're going to save this Serrated Scorpion as long as we can. Alright. Twin Blade Assassins, a nice little threat. He'll take it out as soon as he can. Which is fine, because we'll just bring it right back if he does that. 6, so we won't be able to play this next turn, unfortunately. Here comes the Mutate. So now he's going to 5/6 fly with lifelink, a little bit of card draw. That is definitely a threat. And we won't even be able to touch it with this. But, how many cards in the graveyard? 1 card in the graveyard. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I think what we'll do is go in for the attack, sack the Serrated Scorpion, we'll get card draw out of it, we'll be able to play Liliana, Walker of the Dead. Yeah. Unfortunately,
The best thing about zombies is
enough.
their adoring obedience.
Okay, so we'll do this. And we're gonna go ahead and sack him. Get a little bit of a gain out of it. 2 delegates, And what I would like to do... She's not gonna survive till next round. That sucks. Well, I want to throw this in the graveyard, but we might end up playing it.
You think too much.
Yeah, this is not ideal, because Liliana's going to be going next turn. I was kind of hoping to combo up with something there so we could get rid of his Dreamtail Heron. However, she's going to absorb 5 damage for us. So, there's that. He's mutating again. Okay. Not ideal for us. Definitely not ideal for us. But next turn, we can bring out the big boy.
I can see I'm not wanted.
Or I can take this guy out right now. And, yeah. I can take this guy out right now. Oh, shoot. I guess that's going to be the only play that we have, because we have to play this. It comes into play tapped. And, yeah. Let's just do it. This thing's being a nuisance. Bye-bye. See what he's got now. He's got lots of land, so he'll be able to do something nasty. Okay. I'm not worried about that. And now it's got lifelink. Okay. Well, we can play this. So we're just gonna throw this out there. If he takes it out, we'll play this next time. Next turn. Okay. Now, with this guy, this is interesting. You put one card like this face down. He's gonna take that card every time. He's gonna think that there's 2 lesser cards there, and he's gonna go for the 1. Maybe not. Maybe I screwed that up. Yeah. Guess I screwed that up. Okay. Well, let's do something real nasty. Let's go all in. He's gonna die from the death touch. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's just see something here. What do I got? I got nothing. I got nothing. So, what I'm gonna have to do now is we're gonna have to use the Balagad Recovery. Play this. I'm gonna pull out... maybe I should pull her out. But I won't be able to cast it right away. So pull... no, I could have. Pull this out. Take care of that. We could have gone with the Liliana. We do have enough cards in our graveyard now. Okay, that's good for us. So we can get our Liliana back. And still be able to play her and take out that pouncing Shore Shark. It's a card I'm not very fond of.
I'm looking for new
This guy is
minions.
in trouble now. And good game.
You grow weak.
So that was a pretty decent example of how this deck can work to our advantage. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play a Cauldron's Gift. It's my preferred way of playing those heavy hitters. It's they come out with a +1/+1 counter. So that's the ideal way to go.